Good morning, you all. Today we are going to start with the session number 7. In the session number 7, we will learn the sentence formation. We are having 4 different chapters or 4 different sessions of sentence formation. This is the first one. Let's start with it. You can see in the above mentioned picture, there are 12 different sentences using to be verbs. These are is, am, and are. The to be verbs is, am, are very important to form basic sentences. Now, we will see quite a few sentences which are there below that, which is mentioning first the verb, then used with, then addressing style, the singular and the plurals. These are mentioned, right? Now, how to make them, with whom, how you will couple the verb with the entire sentence, what going to be the significance. Am is going to be used with I, is going to be used with he, she, it, singular noun, are going to be used with you, whether it's singular or plural, with both we and they. Now, addressing style. The first person, the one who talks actually in the sentence, I, with the plural we. Second person, one who listens, is you, and the plural also going to be the you. Means the plural of the you is you, we all know that. The third person, any other person, means in the sentence, if there is a third person, any other one who talks and who listens, then the other than the first and the second person is he, she, it, name or relation. The plural of these going to be as they. Here quite a few examples are given of use of that to be verb. How do we use them in the sentences? The first 3 of them are the affirmative sentences. The I am good. The complete sentence is in 3 parts in all the sentences which we are going to form as affirmative sentences. I am good. The first one is completed. He is good. You can see that we have used, in the previous one we have used the am, and now this one we are using the is. Both of them are the to be verbs. And completing the sentences, these sentences are affirmative sentences. So as the sentences are going to be formed with leading with the subject, I am good, he is good, she is good, it is good, you are good, we are good, they are good, right? So in the same way, the negative sentences are going to be formed, starting with the subject and then the word not going to be used after the to be verb. Subject, then the to be verb, and once again in the third going to be, as it is the negative sentence, we will use the not. I am not good, he or she is not good, it or this cat is not good, you are not good, we are not good, they are not good, like this way. The next one is going to be the interrogative sentences. Interrogative means where there going to be a kind of a question mark, questioning someone. That you are knowing, I know that, but still, as we need to discuss it, so we are doing. The first, the to be verb, then the subject going to come as, and after the completion there going to be a question marks that going to be put in. Then first one is, am I good? Is he, she, it, this cat good? Are you good? Are we good? Are they good? Like this way we will use it to form interrogative sentences. In interrogative sentences, as we have said, as I said before, that the verb going to be first in place of the subject and followed by the subject. The sentence is going to be starting with the verb and then the subject, the to be verb. Here in this case, it's to be verb. Am, is, are going to be the first and then followed by the subject. And at the last, we will put a question mark in interrogative sentences. Session number 8 now. Introducing oneself. In this session, we will learn two things: introducing yourself formally and introducing yourself informally. When we meet someone for first time, we need to introduce ourselves. Means whenever we first meet anyone, तो सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं, हम अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करते हैं. You may need to introduce yourself formally in formal situations like in school viva, in seminars, interviews, professional gathering, or in professional meetings. But if we introduce ourselves formally, means it should be a professional area, it should be a place where we should behave formally. Then only this formal relation, or you can rather say a formal introduction, is needed. Otherwise, if we don't need to be that formal, then what we do in fun parties, like we are partying with the friends, somebody came, we need to introduce ourselves there we can use the informal introduction. Informal get togethers means किसी की शादी का पार्टी है या कुछ है जहाँ पर आप बिल्कुल इनफॉर्मल रह सकते हो, वहाँ पर सीधा इनफॉर्मल इंट्रोडक्शंस होते हैं. Let's first start with the introducing oneself formally, means formal introduction. In formal situations, you should introduce yourself formally by giving name and work details using sentences like the name details, like whatever my name is first name, then the last name, whatever your name is. In my situation, I will say my name is Prasenjit Baral, right? Then followed by the work details. I am a student or sales manager or software developer, or whatever my occupation is. I'm a school teacher, so I will say the same, right? So that should be the starting point of the formal introduction, right? Now in the examples, there are few situations or few things which are written here. Hello, my name is Khushi Mehra. I am student of Brightland School or XYZ School. Here it's written as it is in Delhi, right? Hello, my name is Sadaf Khan. I am accounts manager at ABC Finance Limited. So these are formal introduction. Whenever you need to introduce yourself formally, you use this kind of a introduction method. Now the next one, introducing oneself informally. Informally, you can introduce yourself by greeting the person and telling you first name or nickname. Telling your first name or nickname, both are applicable depending upon the relation that you keep with them. Name details like I am Prasenjit. Greeting means you start with the hello, I am Prasenjit. That's it. It's fine. Here in the example, it's written as hello, I am Chavi, or hi, I am Kiran, something like that. A informal introduction. Next one is response to follow after the greeting. After you greet, what going to be the response after, means the follow-up. After introducing yourself formally or informally, you should know how to continue in the conversation. कैसे अपने आप को इंट्रोड्यूस करने के बाद उसके बाद बातचीत कैसे जारी रखनी है, वो तरीका. फॉर्मल कन्वर्सेशन में हाउ डू यू डू, रिस्पॉन्स. हाउ डू यू डू, हाउ do you do is the formal sentence, and its response is also the same. How do you do? That's the response. किसी ने अगर आपसे पूछा तो उसका रिस्पॉन्स भी सेम है, फॉर्मल. इनफॉर्मल कन्वर्सेशन में हाउ आर यू, कॉमन रिस्पॉन्स वेरी वेल थैंक यू. वहाँ पर क्या था, हाउ डू यू डू, द रिस्पॉन्स इज सिमिलर, हाउ डू यू डू मीन्स दोनों का हालचाल पूछ लिया. राइट, हेयर द इनफॉर्मल कन्वर्सेशन, व्हाट वी डू, हाउ आर यू, आई सिंपली आस्क. द कॉमन रिस्पॉन्स इज गोइंग टू बी वेरी वेल थैंक यू. हाउ आर you doing? Fine, thanks. And you? These can be the response as well as the continuation of conversation. As you continue talking, you need to set a kind of a bar where we should close the conversation as well. Means after the finishing, what going to be the finishing, not after the finishing. What going to be the finishing of the conversation at the last, what you will conclude with. When you have to end the conversation, whether the formal or informal, make sure to close the conversation with sentences like, in the formal setup, pleased to meet you, it was pleasure meeting you, great interacting with you. Means everything is pretty formal. Pleased to meet you, it was pleasure meeting you, great interacting with you. Here in all the three, it's basically showing up a kind of a gesture. Next one, informal setup. It is lovely to meet you, glad to meet you, lovely meeting you, nice to meet you. It's the same kind of a greeting while concluding the conversation. Example, here it's written, Jayesh, good morning, my name is Jayesh Shah. I am English teacher in XYZ school, Nagpur. Good morning, my name is Adam John. I am badminton coach at New High School. Jayesh, how do you do, Mr. Adam? How do you do? Jayesh, pleased to meet you. Mr. Adam says, pleasure meeting you. Informal conversation. Amu, hi, I am Amu. Neera, hi, I am Neera. Amu once again, how are you? Neera, very well, thank you. Amu once again. After the conversation, this is the finishing point of informal conversation. Amu starts with, Amu ending with rather, nice to meet you. Neera ending with, nice to meet you too. So that's the way to end the conversation. Now the session number 9, greeting others. This particular unit going to be discussed as greeting others. The topic is going to be the same kind of greeting formally and greeting informally. Sometimes you meet people whom you already know. That time you need not to reintroduce yourself. Means if you know the people, why every time you will meet the people and will introduce yourself, and myself is Prosenjit and I work with with so and so companies. So instead of reintroducing yourself, we simply greet each other. Just greet other person, both in formal or informal relationship. Now, greeting in a formal setup. If you are in a meeting or something like that kind of a setup, then how do we greet? To greet someone in a formal setup, just say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending upon the time. Then the title, first name and the last name, like Mr. So and so, like that. Title can be Mr., Miss, MS, Doctor, Professor, whatsoever the title you want to use as. And then the first name, last name. The example here is given as hello, Mr. Khan, how do you do? Greeting, the first and then the Mr. whatsoever the title you want to use, and then the Khan, the name, or rather the last name, and how do you do, your greeting once again. Good morning, Mr. Call. How do you do? Good afternoon, Dr. Khanna. How do you do? These are the formal introduction, as we are taking it as that we know each other. Then only we will use this kind of a greeting. The greeting in an informal setup, the friends or acquaintance. To greet someone informal setup, just say hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and then the first name. Hello, Tanveer. How are you? Introduction with the greeting. Hello, Tanveer, the name. How are you? Good morning, Rekha. How are you doing? The informal setup, and you are knowing each other. So start with the greet, and then the name, the first name, and then how are you, or how are you doing. This kind of sentence is going to be used. Okay. Now we will conclude all these three sessions. These are smaller sessions, so I have included them in one videos. Fifth and the sixth session going to be taken by Nana ma'am once again. She will make the videos, and tomorrow I might be sending that video. So take care and bye bye. And